2017. Welcome to another episode of Redacted. I saw you guys talking, and I was like, well, here we go. But it was good. You're good. You're good.
I mean, it's drunk stream, so.
I mean, I'm happy to explain to people what we were laughing about there. I said twerk.
Well, we will at the end of the podcast.
Okay.
Don't give it away until the end.
Boards getting overly excited. Yeah.
Two sips of beer, mate.
If you guys have any questions, remember throughout the podcast you can type in !question in chat. That's going to bring up a link from EDBot. Click on that link, fill out the form. We'll answer the question. That's
so it'll be drunk Q&A at the end of the stream.
Yeah.
Ask us anything.
Drunk qua.
Ask
anything.
Us anything, for sure.
Done.
Yeah. Do you want to jump right into it? Do you want to talk about what's... I mean, I feel we're going to have stuff... What's that?
Found it. I had to find the doc. I forgot where it was.
Have you guys been up to anything exciting?
I have a big problem with PUBG. I just can't stop. And
He loves it.
I hate it though.
Yeah, that's why, dude. Like, that's why I had to remove it because I hated it so much, but I couldn't stop playing it.
Yo, here's the thing: is I was so close, like a lot of games, like a week ago, for winning a solo. I just want to win one solo, and then I'll probably just remove the game. But I was so close, and then I started playing it. Like off stream, I was super close, and then I started playing it on stream. Ripped every time. Like I went, they were counting 11 games in a row. I didn't even get a kill. It was just torturous. So the game's definitely better. It's more fun with friends.
You're really good in the group play, though. I mean, we do really well in group play. Everyone knows what they're doing. Everyone communicates really well. And I don't play with you much, so it was nice to see like an actual group dynamic with people I play with normally. And
they're off stream lol, off stream lol, huh? Yeah, it never happened. Never happened.
I'm just gonna say feels Tomato Man for me.
Oh, brutal,
dude! Look at my arm.
I saw your neck just now.
Yeah, ridiculous. So I've been doing a lot of IRL stuff lately. Still sort of feeling it out, seeing what works, what doesn't. There's something actually me and Twerk we were talking about it before that I'm actually really good at doing.
Yeah, which I don't understand. Like,
so I'm going to be, playing around and doing some more stuff. But yeah, what are you guys drinking, by the way? Now that we're sponsored by all these beer companies, Stella Artois.
First time I've ever had it. It's really easy to drink. So I'm gonna be a bad person today.
If it's backwards, it's not a Russian.
No,
brand.
It's not backwards. It says lager.
Okay, it's backwards on my screen. Yeah, it's just French lager. It's literally 39 pence a bottle. It's cheap.
And
are pence like cents in America?
Yeah, but more expensive because
because you guys are awesome and we're not.
So none of us are drinking like Budweiser or anything, and then I'm drinking Sapporo.
I thought you had Asahi.
Because we got that Twitch money, mate. Yo, Grit Spitter is in the. Oh no, it's Grimlock that did it. Damn it, I mixed it up. Okay, I just saw the craziest tweet. I'm gonna link it in chat. It was a screenshot from a YouTube video, but it's still fucking...
With a missile.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah.
So I'm linking that in chat. Check that guy's out. I saw Grit Spitter type, and I was like, G-R-I, and that was it.
That was it. Yeah, that's it. That's as far as Twerk can read.
They're the same person.
It takes him about as long as he just said GRI to read GRI. So it's a lot of effort. Yeah. So guys, just do me a favor and don't make alternate accounts that look similar for the first 3 or 4 letters, because that would really confuse Twerk. Like,
you guys are all G's anyway, man.
Don't do Twerk 17 and then a bunch of different numbers after that, because that would be the worst. Imagine if your whole chat was just Twerk 17 and then 321, Twerk 17, 337, Twerk 17.
There's already a Twerk 18. There's a bunch of people.
I mean, just guys, whatever you do, just please don't do that. It would mean a lot to me.
That would be terrible.
It would be brutal. It would be brutal. It's hard for streamers, man. It's hard work doing this video game shit as it is. It's brutal.
This is what this podcast is going to be today. It's going to be
This
great.
is the whole podcast. By the way, if you guys want a serious podcast, go back to last week's Board Games and watch that, because this is not going to be it. This is going to get all the hate comments in fucking YouTube. It'll be the best.
I bet you this gets all the good comments because we're just gonna have fun.
Yeah.
No.
Twerk, you're not supposed to be positive, you fuck.
That's true.
All right.
Wow.
I'm the negative one out of the three of us. I'm supposed to be the negative one. That's the one I'm supposed to play,
That's
right?
the one you're supposed to be.
Yeah, we will play these specific roles.
Okay, hold on. What are our roles?
I'm the
I'm
asshole.
the smart, intelligent, funny
Okay,
one.
Source is the asshole. That's obvious.
That's obvious. That's why. Hey.
Okay, Bored.
I'm the smart, intelligent, funny, popular one.
You're the smart, intelligent, popular, funny one that has a ton of hair.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Had to make it about that.
No, I had to make the statement as true as every other thing that you said in the
wow,
in the statement that you made.
Such a negative Nancy.
You know, and then I'm the negative one.
There we go.
Yeah, there's no positive one out of the group though.
No. And if we could give Sunday a Doom as the COD Pro.
Yeah, he's
By the way, if anybody's joining this right now, Redacted, this is just the front for the Call of Duty Black Ops 2 new Redacted campaign. But seriously, if you guys have any questions, Sunday of Doom is in chat. He's got a little sword beside his name. That means he's one of the staff for Activision. Just go and ask all of your questions to him about setting up an account for the Redacted campaign on Call of Duty. So moving forward, we're going to be talking in cryptic. It's going to seem like we're talking about Star Citizen, but we're actually talking about Call of Duty.
For those of you that don't know, though, we can explain this. Redacted is some like stupid mod or like hack for Call of Duty Black Ops for like people to like steal it or something. So people constantly come to our website, like posting on the forums, sometimes come to the channel, a lot of the times come to the Discord looking for fucking Call of Duty Black Ops for free. And that's where that comes from, is Redacted with the like everything is from that. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, they use the Redacted with the brackets. It's pretty funny.
Terrible. So
it's like GG should have done some Googling first.
Yeah, damn it.
Well, maybe they did.
No, us before we made it.
No. We've been around a lot longer than they have.
Oh, have we? Okay.
Oh yeah.
I assumed it was stolen.
Yeah.
I think they stole our idea then.
Fucking assholes.
All right.
Who do you think you are?
I don't know. Do you want to
I wasn't asking you. I don't know. I don't know. Twerk's like the negative depressed one. Yeah, it was the 5th of June.
No.
Now it's the 5th of July.
The 12th of July to the 19th. No. 12th of June to the 19th
for
of June. Move back a week.
For Evocati.
They pushed the release window for all of it back by a week for the Evocati PT and Live. Just the window for it.
And the reasoning for that is they wanted more polish, is what they said. Now, Evocati doesn't need polish, so I think the wording was a little bit weird there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't think polish means what most people think it means.
I think it means
polish
playable.
I think it means QA-able.
Yeah, so I mean, there are things that they definitely want in that are taking a little bit longer, like having the Levski landing zone and.
Do you think that's coming in still?
Yeah.
I think they really.
I know they want it in. I just don't know if they're gonna get it or not, because that'll be our only landing zone, right? When it comes in.
Well,
aside from Olisar,
the only real landing zone.
Outside of Olisar and Grimhex.
There might be other minor landing zones, and there might be other, obviously, stations and stuff that are new. But that will be the only hero landing zone that's on a planet.
I mean, I'm not counting
the one that we've seen in lore and all that stuff. That's the first real landing zone, and it's a minor one in comparison to like Terra and a lot of these places. But that's the first real landing zone.
Yeah, I'm definitely not considering any of the like outposts and stuff as landing zones, even though you could probably land beside them and stuff.
In my opinion, unless it takes them over a month extra, they will get that in.
Okay.
Like they would delay a live release. I'm almost certain for that.
And I wouldn't be surprised if it like wasn't in the first Evocati build and then made it into like the 5th one or something like that. I have a feeling that the testing has to be very
specific.
Yes. So like if something isn't in at the early stages, it's not the end of the world, because I'm sure they're going to be very specific with us. Like, hey, please test this today. Hey, please test this tomorrow.
Right.
And so, we're going to test this tomorrow.
I mean, I'm not an Evocati, and I don't know if you guys can talk about past Evocatis or whatever, but is under my understanding that not everything comes in the first Evocati build. Right, so
no, some things have made it in later.
Yeah, sometimes things come in later. Sometimes things even come in during the PTU or when it goes to live.
Yeah, that is totally true. I mean, from PTU to live, there can be changes.
Mm-hmm. Luke Presley said in chat, and I think we've talked about this on the podcast in the previous 2 podcasts. Is
podcasty.
Yep, that they don't want to put the like Easter eggy type missions or stuff that they are planning on putting in. Wow, twerk_17 just donated 5 bits. Great job, Saurus. Thanks.
You're welcome.
They don't want to put Easter eggs in until the live build, so those will be untested completely, because like I've said this before, is that me and Dastro were looking for Benny Henge. None of us found it during the Evo. I don't know if Dastro did or not.
Yeah.
But I know that I didn't find it during the Evocati. I found it the second it went to live PT, where we were able to like stream it. That's when I found it. So it was and I remember Luke was, I don't think he was upset, because I told him the truth. I didn't find it there, but I spent my entire time in Evocati trying to find it. And he was like, yeah, we're not going to do that anymore. You know?
Yeah.
So that's one thing that they'll wait, but that's nothing super major.
Yeah, and then everybody just sort of skipped it. And then this went straight to it. I mean, to be fair, there's only so many places you could have put it anyways. Yeah, so Evocati's been moved 1 week later from the 12th to the 19th of June area. So that was from originally the 5th. So we're looking at about another week and possibly 2 weeks. A week to 2 week delay.
I don't look at that as like a super negative.
No, it's not bad. I mean, it's not to get stuff in and whatever, but
yeah. Here's the thing about it, is if Friday comes around and they push it back another week, then it's kind of like, fuck off, you know, like, come on with this shit, you know. But if they just are kind of a little off on their scheduling from a month, or like they've been putting 3.0 schedules out. This is the 4th one, I believe.
Yeah.
You know? So we've been getting them for about a month now. If they're just a little off on that stuff, that's a huge positive. That's not a negative at all. Some things are coming in earlier. Some things are coming in a bit later, as expected, right? Mm-hmm. It's when they continue to push things back each week where it starts to get a little nerve-wracking, you know?
Especially for, like, playable builds, right? Yeah. Like, if they always feel like they're going backwards, it doesn't matter if little things here and there are getting done beforehand or whatever. If it feels like everything's always going backwards, then it's like, oh, we're on CIG time kind of thing, you know? And that's sort of been the running joke. Whereas I would even think, like, instead of saying, because, I mean, it's still all estimations, right? So this is what I hope they would do, is say they're moving it to the 12th to 19th, and that's their pessimistic view out of it, right? They should be using the most pessimistic views. And as we get closer, then it looks like we're starting to move. Oh, actually, it's going to be on the 10th to the 14th. Oh, actually, it's going to be back to the 5th and whatever. Oh, you know, whatever. Yeah,
it might bounce
be able
forward,
to do that.
It might bounce back. It could, all things could happen.
To sort of, well, I hope that they look at these schedules sort of on a more pessimistic slant. I don't know whether they do or not. I don't know if they're, I think they're completely agnostic when they do it, to be completely honest.
So I think those schedules are actually a positive, that they are literally targets that they want to try and hit.
Right.
So we should be absorbing them negatively. So we should be like, well, realistically, it will be at least 2 weeks after that kind of date, because you've got to assume they're going to hit some snags. They might not. They might target it really well. And every time they do one of these schedules, they should get more accurate at guessing when stuff's going to be completed.
Yeah.
Because we all know they haven't been very... They shoot their guns about as good as I do in PUBG.
Yeah.
You know? So, like I don't... I'm hoping they hit like a shoulder shot this time, and then maybe the next major patch we'll get a body shot, and then after that we'll hit the head at some point. But we know their aim.
No, I mean it's
on
true.
These dates.
You'd think we'd learn by now. You'd think we'd learn by now.
You'd think they go to the shooting range.
Get a chicken dinner, mate? That's the question.
CIG has not gotten a chicken dinner yet. Not a single fucking chicken dinner. But they will soon.
Listen, just uninstall it, delete it from your library, man. Just listen, short and sweet. Just get it over with. Just get it over with. Fuck.
Wow.
So yeah, the PTU.
The community, Saurus.
PTU.
The community.
Chaley said one day we will.
Has been moved to the end of June, so the 23rd of June to the 5th of July area, and then live.
As expected, right around Gamescom, creeping up on Gamescom.
Yeah.
Gamescom's like mid-August.
6th to 20th of July. And like I said, I could see that moving, especially with...
I could see it moving back to mid-August easily.
I can see Evocati staying close to where it is. I can see PTU being pushed back maybe another week.
The thing about Evocati is there's no chance it's going to be a week long. It's got to be longer than that.
With the amount of shit that's coming in, there's no way they're going to be able to test that.
Yeah, there's no way.
Unless they do some sort of...
You remember how long Star Marine and all that stuff was in Evocati, right?
Yeah.
Like, everyone's like, we just want to play, we just want to play.
Yeah.
Like, it takes time to do something, I think, personally, super tiny in comparison to this. We have items 2.0 coming in, you know, planetary-esque landings, all sorts of things that have never been in the game before. Similar, I mean, there's things like Star Marine that was never in the game before too, but these things to the average person like me that knows nothing about game development seem more major. Planetary
landings, all the new interaction system, the whole new hauling mechanics, like all the new procedural generation for things like outposts and all of that other stuff that need to be proper.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we're going to go on a planet, somebody's going to run across an outpost that's going to be halfway in the ground. I wouldn't even be surprised. You're going to see that kind of stuff, right? Yeah. Because it's so new. And these moons are going to be so big. It's sort of all over the place.
That's true. We had Star Marine the whole time because we had Korea.
Yeah. We had planetary landings the whole time because you can land on asteroids.
Since March 2014, we've had it.
Yeah.
No.
There you go.
Chaley said, "We'll be perfect." What you talking about? Oh boy. Like, obviously, there's going to be bugs. Everybody
knows. Ships and chips. They've been working properly at putting ships and chips. Docking ships and...
You missed one.
Listen, I'm going by my own timeline here. I'll go back and forth.
Hold on, let me rename the podcast. Redacted.
Okay, done. No, that's it. That's all you get.
Taurus does whatever he wants and doesn't follow the doc.
That's not what you said. It's supposed to be called Redacted track, like you just said.
Like you just said, it's just Redacted, dude. I mean, tweaks, improved balance optimization. IFCS changes. Again.
I think it means something because every time they do the IFCS stuff, it's like,
here's a new flight model,
and this is how it's going to stay. But it's always like, when the big Star Marine, not Star Marine, the big AC pilots get in, they're always like, nope, this is shit. Got to change it. This is terrible. And then they're like...
They're not necessarily saying it should change. That they try to identify...
Well, they're trying to tweak it. They're really good about things. So I think sometimes they get a little aggro about it, but they're usually not wrong. They make valid points. Just sometimes the way they make their points isn't usually the nicest.
People get salty, but as long as their fucking stuff gets used.
Yeah, I think they're still being constructively they're giving constructive critical. Sorry, I'm drunk. So leave me alone.
Drunk already. How many beers are you in? Like half?
2.5.
2.5. Okay.
2.5.
I
That's
guess
enough to get me pretty drunk.
And you had some in the shower. Dude, shower beers are the best.
Shower beers are the best.
Okay, if you haven't had cheers. If you haven't had a shower beer, you're not living life properly.
You haven't lived.
Mate, I have like a whole dinner in there. It's like a shower dinner.
Shower dinner. Bored has like, you know how you have those things that like come up to your bed and sort of go over your bed? He has a thing that comes in the shower and just suction cups to the wall. And he just has his dinner plate in there.
Just have a steak.
Eating some steak, beans, and toast. I think that's as British as it gets, right?
Little tea. It's not water coming out of the shower. It's
gravy.
Wine. It's
it's my wine.
Gravy. Monster. God, Jesus. That sounds like a fresh hell.
Hey guys, how about more concept ships? How do you feel about that?
I'd love more military ships. Tell me more.
More military ships that we know the least about any other ships that have ever come out.
I like it when they're smaller and more expensive. So, do you have one that would suit me?
I love when they're one-seated and really expensive. That's great. So okay, let's not be super slobs about this. The sale started on the 18th.
It's too late.
Okay. Every now and then we're gonna have a podcast like this, and today's the day. Deal with it. So the sale started on the 18th. That was Thursday, and that went to concierge backers only. And they had a concierge meeting I think the week previous. And
all of us concierge got together and we said we demand a day early sale.
Because especially when
makes sense.
Especially if you're gonna put like numbers on it. If you're gonna put numbers on it, because we are fucking snowflakes.
Yeah.
We want it now. Everybody, fuck everybody else.
Well.
How about this? How many times have we said that the marketing team seems disconnected to the community? This part of the this idea that the marketing team had is spot fucking on.
Yeah, this was good.
Yes, like the ship probably shouldn't have been sold right now, in my opinion. I think we discussed this on the last podcast.
Yep.
I don't think the timing for it was great, but whatever. This makes perfect sense for the
like
type
a concierge
of concierge people are. They want a lot of ships, and having something that's numbered makes it feel special. A lot of them are the collector type from MMOs. Like myself, I've always been a collector in MMOs. I kind of wanted the number ship. I didn't fucking get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah, I didn't get it either.
But at the same time, I was like, damn, it's numbered.
What does that even mean?
Here's what it'll mean, Bored. Here's what it'll mean.
Yeah.
4 years from now, when you go to sell your numbered fucking Eclipse, it's worth $1 trillion fucking.
You know what would be cool, and I don't know if they have the ability to do this, is if they can put the number of the ship on the wing.
Yeah, as a decal. That's what I would want to see from that limited number.
Something like that would be baller. Or like, and going forward, especially with like Origin ships that are coming out, like the 600 or whatever, even if it's not on the outside of the ship, if there's a little gold, like a little bronze plaque or something inside that says, this ship is whatever off the production line.
Yeah, perfect.
You know?
Yeah, imagine, Anarchos just said, imagine having the Eclipse number 42.
Oh,
done.
shit.
Eclipse number 420. I'm all over it.
The Eclipse number 69, ladies.
Oh my god.
So, I mean, I thought that was like a really good idea by them. And sometimes we get like upset when they try and make money, right? But this, in my opinion, is I don't get upset when they try and make money.
I think sometimes they just feel really disconnected.
It's when they try and make money with some form of shitty, not well thought out plan.
The CCU thing.
Let's do star kitting or referrals in the bad way that they did them. It's sort of like, it's sort of like, really? Now I feel like I'm a dick for giving you money. But this sort of stuff, as you correctly said, Twerk, this is great because it gives concierge something that they feel cool about. It doesn't restrict
anybody.
Access Well, so some people that are collectors that aren't concierge will get upset. They'll be like, "Why are they getting a foreign badge? Why are they getting more a flare?"
Well, if you're a collector of ships, you will eventually hit concierge. It's like almost impossible. Yeah. It's like 4 ships nowadays. If
4 ships nowadays.
They're literally selling a 1-seater for $250. It's fucking gonna be 4 ships real soon, right? So the way the prices of ships are just going up, and the reason for it, like, do you guys want to get into that? It's a 1-seater, it's stealth, and it's a bomber. So it's a 1-seater ship. It seems overpriced to me for a 1-seater ship. It's stealth. We have 0 stealth mechanics in the game right now, so there's no understanding, or at least a very minor understanding of how stealth will work, because we've never seen it actively working in game as of yet. And it's a bomber. There are no capital ships or nothing to bomb at the moment. So it's like, the timing of it just seems like kind of super weird.
Because they were talking about not having orbital bombing, which is fine. But we don't know what's going on with planetary. Like, if you're in atmosphere, can you bomb, like, installations? We don't know yet. Like, that's not even... You should. Yeah, you should be.
Implies you can.
Quote, unquote.
It's wing configuration.
But...
it literally changes its wings based on atmosphere.
There, you would think that they would say, oh, hey, either release the mechanic... at least the mechanic right up with the ship, or have it announced beforehand.
You could have potentially released some. Okay, obviously,
if that's the route they want to go.
Yeah, I just think that if there was a ship that was ready, or if there was a concept ship that was sort of down the line a little bit farther, it might be ready, like the Origin 600 that we've been hearing about, or seeing a little piece of in that last thing. I almost would have waited. It just the timing of it seemed really weird to me for this one. This ship, I think, would have sold so much better if it was sold 2 or 3 months from now.
Well, if we had capital ships in game, it would sell a lot better.
It would sell insane, because if you could see how something like the Retaliator would do, and something like the Gladiator would do, and then see the even more ideal version of those ships come along, then it would be something, right? So I'm cool. Like, the ship seems really cool. It really does. It's beautiful. I want it so bad, because I know growing up, the F-117 was like the coolest ship when I was a kid, or the coolest plane, I guess, when I was a kid, and I aspired to be an Air Force pilot, and I wanted to fly that plane.
That's actually where Torque 17's name comes from.
Yeah, it comes from F-117. No, it really doesn't. It just was my sports number.
Sports number off of the airplane, which is now a Star Citizen ship. Guys, it's full circle.
Okay, do you want to know the story of 17? I'll tell you the fucking story of 17, so you can't even pull this shit anymore.
Guys, clip this.
The story of 17 comes from, I was in Little League, and I never won anything. I never got picked for anything. I was terrible at baseball when I was growing up, and then all of a sudden ended up being pretty good, okay? And I started, going on traveling teams, all that stuff. But the season that I ended up being pretty good, we were in Little League, we were on the Yankees, and the jersey that they gave me was 17. We won the championship. It's the only championship I've won until I was in a senior in high school. So I went with that number from that day forward.
Did you twerk during that to win?
You know it, girl. I twerked right on home plate. I was the catcher. I twerked every pitch. Every pitch I twerked. But no, here's the one thing about the Eclipse that drove me bonkers, was that they were like, oh, well, we're going to add stealth components. We're going to add stealth components. It's like, we have the Hornet Ghost. We have what else is sort of stealth? The Mustang Delta has stealthy mechanics with its cross-section armor. We have one other stealth ship, at least. The Saber is supposed to have stealthy-ish components, right? Aspects to it.
The Cutlass Black was originally supposed to be stealthy.
Yeah. So we already have stealth in the game, And me and Board talked about this before the podcast a little bit.
Oh, Prowler as well, of course.
Yeah, Prowler. Wow.
I found a video of Twerk back in the day. He's the one in the blue hat.
He always is.
He always is.
Nice.
I'll let you guys continue on while I don't say anything for a few minutes.
Well,
For me,
he's just been exposed. Twerk 17's been exposed right here,
me,
right now.
You are paying that bullshit sort of like collector's military tax that you get on some of those ships if you wanted to buy it now. Obviously, it will be obtainable in the verse. It'll probably be quite hard to obtain because it's basically a military ship. But it's a dive bomber. It's a torpedo dive bomber. We don't have anything that's similar to that in the game. I mean, I suppose the closest thing is the Gladiator, but that's more of a brawler bomber. It's like, I like the idea of dive bomber. I like
it's more of a brawler bomb. Like I don't know. They're all bombers, is how I look at it. They're all gonna fire really big missiles at really big ships.
So the idea with this, though, with this, is that you're not going to be able to avoid these torpedoes. Their first strike, alpha strike, you fly in really close, you fire, you're not going to be able to react in time. They blow up, and then you get out of there to either reload or wait for the rest of your
So my question to you would be, what's the difference between this and a Gladiator?
So a Gladiator is more of a, will fly in a wing, is significantly more obvious, will be able to fight in combat a lot longer. It's got more
only has one torpedo.
It's a fighter bomber. Yeah, it's got missiles as well as torpedoes. Obviously, you're going to be able to change some of these loadouts around. Like I suspect that with.
But we don't know what torpedoes or missiles or whatever this.
We don't really know what they are because missiles have been so busted.
3 size 9. So it's I believe it's got the same size torpedoes as a Retaliator, but just 3 of them rather than 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've seen World War II craft with like torpedoes on for the sea, there's huge attached to them, and I assume it's done in the same way.
The thing that was getting me though is that every sale typically has like its. Well, the reason for the price of the ship is you're getting this, right?
Right.
And I don't see it with this sale. I don't see because basically the reason this ship is $250 is because of stealth components, and it's like,
well, it's a military tax. It's the collector's military tax. It's like if they sold a F7A, it would be incredibly expensive because they can.
Yeah,
so it's effectively an effectively the alien ship tax. And they want to limit the number. It's the justification is they want to limit the amount in the verse, by selling them for a lot of money.
Okay. Yeah, it just makes me feel sick. It's because it's a single seater. It's the most expensive single seater ever, I think, right?
I feel like there was a 280 one.
There were more expensive.
How much was the Saber?
The Vandal ones.
Oh, the Vandal, yeah.
They were $350.
The Glaive is $350.
Yeah, those are out of the question to me because they're not human.
Man. Same tax.
Similar tax, but different. Yeah.
Yeah, and even the Blade was $250, I think.
$250. It's $250. Yeah.
This makes me feel gross because it's a human ship. It's so much money.
Don't buy it. I didn't buy one.
I didn't buy one.
It's one of those ships
none of us on the panel bought one, right?
Not yet. I'm going to, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
This ship disgusts me. I'm gonna buy one.
I'm not going to outright buy one. I'm going to have one where I'm going to melt something like my Vanguard and then get that. So when it releases, I have it so I can show it, and then I'm going to melt the fucking shit out of it.
I'd say CCU it, but Kappa.
Yeah.
So for me, I was hoping it was something else. I was hoping it was like a fighter bomber. It is a proper dive bombery thing. But I'm gonna see what the Saber Raven is. If the Saber Raven is what I want in a combat ship, then I'm gonna go for that. Otherwise, I'm gonna melt my Saber, and I'm gonna get a Vanguard Sentinel.
Listen, CIG, you want me to buy more ships? Make more Drake ships. The end.
Yeah. That's true.
I'm like I have the Gladius. Can't trade it. The Omega.
Yeah.
Can't trade it. I have a Super Hornet, which I can't trade, but I can. Out of the 3 of them, that's the only one I can melt. As soon as those modules come up for the Caterpillar, I'll probably melt my Super Hornet. With it, I mean, it has LTI and shit, but who cares? Just melt it, get the modules for the Caterpillar, and then we'll be good. And then
okay, I am excited for the modules of the Caterpillar.
Yeah,
it's admittedly.
Whenever you guys decide to talk about those.
I doubt they're working on them at the
moment.
I don't
I'm
think sure that's not really a priority.
And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
No.
As someone with that being my like favorite ship out of all the ships that I own, take your time. Yeah. Just a reminder again, if you guys have any questions for us, or if you just want to say something stupid and it might get on the podcast. Because
I think it's going to be a drunk Q&A at the end. If you've ever seen drunk Q&As on like YouTube and stuff, I really have a feeling this is what it's going to be.
Have you ever seen Drunken History? It's like that, just less history.
Yeah, just drunk.
Just drunk.
What? Just drunk.
So get your questions in. Letting in the verse. Okay, I got to show these videos, so somebody else has got to take over here.
So Atava this week was Los Angeles focused.
Yep.
And as
this week coming up is Germany focused. I'm excited.
But this gives like a cross section of everything that they're working on with LA. Kind of little bits of everything. Whereas the other studios are more focused on certain things.
We saw some Jay Lee's work.
We did.
We'll talk about that at the end. The beginning one was massively huge and important. They've been talking about Items 2.0 for like 37 years.
So, at least 37 years.
Right?
I'm pretty sure Items...
Episode 1 of ATV with Matt Sherman on ship.
Seriously, since season 2, episode 1? What season are we on? 5? 4 or 5?
5 billion.
5 million.
Season infinite.
Because million's bigger than billion.
They've actually broken away from the season platform now.
I think they're on season all of it.
Yeah.
Season all of it, episode mostly.
Yeah. So they finally showed us a ship that's like Items 2.0 integrated.
Yeah,
it makes
there's
sense
buttons
for them to do
things.
It makes sense for them to have the M50 as the first ship because it's
tiny.
A ship with effectively all of the components that are necessary for space travel and is a proper ship that can do fighting and will exist and people will use to do everything. And it's, as Twerk said, tiny.
Now, I imagine this will be ready for 3. Jesus, but
it's done. Yeah.
Or it's done or whatever. How many ships do you think they're going to have ready for 3. Jesus?
I think they're all going to be converted. It's just what functionality will we get with Items 2.0? Well, I'm not sure if they're going to communicate with every system correctly yet, and that will get phased in 3.1 and 3.2. But I think they'll all be fully set up for Item System 2.0.
You think they'll all be ready? That's a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of work.
I think that the conversion over isn't that difficult. I mean, I'm sure Matt Sherman will go and go, actually...
Okay, the M50 is the first one they were willing to show.
To be fair, they don't need to do animations. Like, you're not seeing... Right now, anyways, they might later on. But when you interact with something, you're not seeing them go and push a button. Right? So maybe it's something is just making this little bounding box of what that button is.
It just seems weird to have the interaction system.
I wish I was like
Item System 2.0.
So I had an idea.
Yeah.
So
Jeremiah's like, hey Jeremiah, want to come on the podcast next week?
Jeremiah, don't shrug in my channel, all right?
Guys,
unacceptable.
Guys, don't listen. Just listen to Twerk. Don't shrug in the channel. It's illegal. Consequences will never be the same if you do it. The internet police will come after you. They have your number.
You just shrugged, Saurus. I saw you.
No.
I miss it. I didn't see it. Board's still learning how to Twitch.
I don't know how to Twitch. How do you Twitch?
I would turn my camera off, but it would ruin everything.
There we go. That'll do. Fuck you, Sea Desert. All you knowing how to Twitch.
Oh yeah, I did it for you, Twerk.
We'll ask them, Jaylee, if you want. If you're down to, we'll ask
them.
Yeah.
Talk about some concepts and things.
So they mentioned that they're preparing, like this is the good step into preparing for the rest of the ships. So it's just one of those things that we're not game devs and we don't know how long this shit takes. So we can sit here and guess all we want, but it would be really dumb for us to.
All we're doing is guessing. Well, I mean, that's the whole podcast, to be fair.
I guess, yeah. It's just a big fat fucking guess. But the thing about it is, the question of it is what happens to what happens with the ships that aren't 3.0 integrated, and what happens to the ships that are? How will they act differently with each other? Are they going to act differently, and in what ways? You know.
I think the plan is to have them all in for 3.0 converted over.
How many ships are in the game?
Probably about 50.
There's like 40 or 50. It just comes down to how long does it take to 40 ships to.
A lot of the ships
to get integrated into 3.0
internally. So all of the Hornet series can be like pretty much the same sort of thing.
Instantly.
Yeah, like all of the 300 series, for example.
Yeah.
All the
Auroras when they're pre-made.
Yeah. And there, we saw some of that. Aurora rework. Look at me going ahead here. They look good though. They look great.
Yep, and it is scratch built for System 2.0.
To be honest, I was expecting to see more seating options. With them making that a big thing back in the day.
No,
I thought there would be at least a couple more.
There was a really important question in the chat, so I'm going to answer it now. It was asked by Anarchost. He said, how can you drink non-cold beer? And it's like this.
Oh.
Good job, Twig. Thanks for sharing.
That's how you do it.
Luckily, mine's cold.
Mine's getting warm.
Some beer and some alcohol works actually quite nice room temperature or near room temperature.
Wine is a good one.
Yeah.
I have a bottle of wine somewhere.
Some reds, most reds.
Yeah. Almost all reds. All reds, I would imagine. Yeah, no, this is cool. I was expecting to see a standard seat, a luxury seat, and a sports seat. To be fair.
It looks like they've just gone onto like a gaming website and looked at all the gaming chairs.
Yeah.
That's what it looks
I was
like.
To be honest, I wanted to see one that looked like a DX Racer. I thought they were gonna throw back to that a little bit more than they did. They are very sporty still.
You'll know if Star Citizen gets sponsored by anyone because you'll start to see like, oh, all the HOTASes here are warthogs, or all the chairs have become DX Racers.
To be fair, those HOTASes are warthogs.
They are indeed warthogs.
So, what are you saying?
Don't know, mate. What am I saying?
I don't know. So I'm asking. Next thing you know, underneath all displays, it's gonna say Samsung.
Oh my god!
I'm okay with that.
I would be okay with this too. CIG, take notes. You're welcome.
I think it's a great idea for advertising.
Jaylee helped design the chair and you shit on it, Bored.
Well, I love the chair. It's a gaming chair. He's just stolen the idea from somewhere else. Good job, Jaylee.
Wow. You say stolen?
He looked around the office and he went, "What chair am I sitting on?" Let's draw that in the game, mate. Boom. His job's easy.
Let's add some metal to the back of it. Let's add some.
Can you guys tell me, does a gaming chair make you game better?
Yes.
Interesting.
What do you mean? It's to do with comfort.
Twerk's only sat in the unbroken. Like, you need to break in a DX Racer or a gaming chair in general. I don't know what Boards is like because I've never sat in that brand.
Mine is the cheapest gaming chair that I could find, and it's fucking amazing.
It does a lot. It holds you in when you get those high G-forces going on the sides.
Also, it validates your Twitch stream and makes you a professional
streamer. So people can tell from the thumbnail that this guy is legitimate.
Oh, he must be a really good streamer.
Really good streamer.
He has a gaming chair.
The chair he's in.
Yeah.
And you make an emote of your chair because there's nothing really holding your channel together other than silly emotes of your own chair.
I wish I added a chair emote. Bored, but I think you're alone on this one.
Just give me a board chair in the chat, guys.
You don't get to decide what fucking emotes go in this channel, okay?
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, he does.
Listen.
I've got some.
Watch him do it. Watch him do it. Listen.
Can I get a Clown Fiesta using a shake weight next to a K-Cool drinking some alcohol, please?
Oh my god.
Thank you. That's how it's done, all right?
Oh my god.
That's
and
how
guys, whatever you do, don't make any alternate accounts that start with Twerk17.
No.
Because it's too much for Twerk to read. He gets confused. And we definitely don't want that. We definitely don't want that.
None of you guys even got it right. You guys are terrible. All right, I give up. So, persistence updates. It's pretty cool. This is actually something really interesting and probably the most. In my opinion, out of everything that I put in the doc today, this is the most discussion-worthy thing that I thought was like really fucking interesting. Is they're updating the way that they're doing persistence, and it should, or like the way the clients request persistent information, and this should help support. This should help with support like with cargo and shopping and commodities. Air traffic control, ships.
A really good example right now is if you move any sort of box or chair or fucking whatever from Kovlex to anywhere else, you can see it, no one else can see it. And that's not really true persistence. This is something that's going to be able to track that item no matter where it is in the universe, and so everybody can see it.
How about the example they gave, which was if you left your ship somewhere, it would persist in game, and if a pirate happened to come by it, they might take it.
I think they're going to do it in two ways as well. So I think that they're going to have the levels of priority in the short term for things. So the more important something is, like it's a ship, you've gone offline, that ship will stay there for a certain period of time. Great. If you drop a cup on a planet, that's got a much lower level of priority and probably would despawn possibly even when you're in the same session. Maybe. I mean, that's just a out of my arse example. But also that persistent information will probably track just changes in state. That's probably what they're doing. So if an object's just floating around, they'll say, great, that's there, probably. If anything happens to that object, then they track that information going, something has happened to that object. And it's just efficient network code. I'm assuming that's what they're doing for that.
I think at this point too, one thing that will stick is if I took damage on my ship in one play session, if I came back, I think there's a pretty good chance that the same damage would persist between game sessions.
That is what they want in 3.0 as well.
Yeah, that would be great. You know.
I think so. I don't think that we will be seeing us leaving a ship in a session, coming back to it in 3.0, and it definitely being in the same session as us. It might be if we only left it for a short period of time. But I think in 3.0, it's more likely we'll have like our locations updated. Like I go to every landing zone, I go to, it updates my location, sort of thing. That's how I expect it at the moment. Did you have a different expectation of that?
I really get from them, from what was said, it really sounds like a ship might persist for a really long time.
And you might spawn back on it.
Or you might just be coming across ships and be like, oh shit. You know, what's in here?
But what about when you log on? Do you expect to be in exactly the same place as you were? Do you expect to be just at the last update?
That's actually a really interesting question. Would we be allowed, like, it comes down to, like, are they really going to start doing it like this? Like, would we be allowed to just log out in the middle of space outside of my ship in EVA? Would we run out of oxygen and die? It's kind of interesting. Like, we're starting to get into some pretty interesting questions.
Do I log back into my original server, or do I log back into a different server but in my same place?
There's no way we would log into the same server. Well, I mean, there's a chance, but I don't think it would put you back into the same server.
Well, I don't think we know enough about the netcode to know where it's gonna put us.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, right? Like whatever they have now. There's a lot of things that they have now that are just sort of placeholders and shit.
Take your logic.
Listen,
out of here.
You know how you said you're pulling shit out. This whole podcast we just pull out of our ass. Let's be honest here. This is just.
It's the tagline, mate. It's redacted, pulled out your ass.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. Working on properly putting in ships, locking mechanisms, not only for the ships, but for rovers and all that other jazz as well.
Well, they're making it so rovers can go into ships.
Yes. So we'll get to lock dragonflies onto the floor so they don't spaz out when the ship flies around. And they're getting like those.
Well, it sounded like they're using the same systems as they're using for cargo, as they are
for the ships, yeah.
For ships and for other vehicles and things like that.
They elaborated it more on Spectrum as well, and they basically said that. They said it's similar, if not the same system, and it will lock ships in place.
And they're reworking the landing system, right?
Well, they've got the air control system, air traffic control system.
So it's not always going to say all pads are full and all that bullshit that's been broken for a really long time.
Always.
Since we've had the PU basically. So that all that kind of stuff should be fixed with this update. Seems, I mean, obviously bugs happen and things happen, but they believe that this should help with those type of issues. So it's going to know if there's a ship on the pad. It's going to know what type of pad you should be going to. Just Control said, are they really drunk? I don't think those two are, but I am.
There.
I'm a lightweight, so I'm easy. Fourth beer.
I haven't had breakfast. I haven't even had a drink of water this morning.
I haven't eaten all day either, so
I'm 3 beers in.
Yeah.
I'm on a lot of medication.
So no.
Yeah. No, so probably real soon.
Soon. Yeah. Quantum drives have been converted to item 2.0, and they can also store nav points and quantum destinations. They're also going to be making the quantum destinations anywhere you want.
Yeah, like you could set them.
You can set them to whatever. So if you want to go out and fly out into the middle of nowhere and set a point there for the rest of your org or team or friends or whatever, you can do that, and then people can quantum to you directly, which is...
Now, I wonder if that's foreshadowing for a potential thing that would be in 3.0, like, hey guys, I had been cruising for a while and I found this random ass asteroid field, or I found this really interesting thing out here, you know? Because we know yellow is going to be really big compared to what
it is now.
Yeah, so what if we traveled around Yella and found something really cool and different?
Well, that's exactly.
You can set a quantum travel thing for that.
They can put some really great Easter eggs with no
say nothing.
To it. Say nothing about it. Just hide it away, and someone will eventually find it. And that might take fucking ages. That might take a day, or that could take months. And that's the sort of cool
years even.
That's the right way to do Easter egg.
Oh, that's definitely a way of doing it. I want them mixed in with the others. Like, I do like little lore hints. I do like sort of
for sure
treasure hunts and stuff like that. It's just hard getting those treasure hunts feeling like they're unique to you.
Yeah, I think a true Easter egg
I think
randomly come across
with the jump points and being able to set a jump point to things. I think that's going to be important for org bases,
overall game mechanics,
for people coming to your hangar. Thing like that. It's like, okay, everybody meet at so-and-so's hangar, or everybody meet at the org's hangar, or whatever, and being able to set a jump point for that.
Well, we're all about to do our sort of like fighting capital ships against each other and silly things much easier with that, because we go, guys, we'll meet here.
Yeah, we'll go here, and then only the people, only the people who have the jump point will be able to quantum there right away. Other people will be able to find out where we are, but the jump directly there, and being able to structure that via hierarchy or something. I don't know.
It's cool. I think it's a good thing, because it's the first steps to another legit game mechanic that's going to need to be in the game at final release, right? Is meet me here. It's the first step to setting distress beacons. It's all sorts of importance. It has all sorts of importance, right?
Talking about expensive small ships, what about that Turpin?
That's how about
not single seater.
It's still pretty small.
It is small, but it's not single seater.
It's not single seater. I didn't say it was, did I, mate?
But it's military, right?
I have a question for you guys.
Tax you're talking about.
Something I haven't really noticed, and I just noticed right now. What are those little panels that like raise on the roof? Raise the roof. What do those do?
What's the point of that?
I don't know. I didn't notice them until just now.
I didn't notice them until just now.
It's the ventilation for the heating, so it's more armored with them down, but it can open them up for better cooling. But it's more visible.
No.
Someone read the concept guide thoroughly.
Somebody forgot about it.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
Somebody didn't really care that much.
Yeah, but, so one of the mechanics with that, the Terrapin, is that it can close off its vents basically for heating, for better stealth and better armor.
Gotcha. So if you're not using a lot of power,
so you can drink beer underneath.
Yeah, it's like a little veranda patio thing. You just chill out. You park down beside like a lake on a planet. You just chill out underneath that, blocks the sun, hang out, have some drinks.
Yeah.
So pretend that you had a Polaris, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you could have any one small ship that would fit in its hangar. What ship would you go for?
A Polaris? Any small ship?
You get given a small ship as well. What ship do you think pairs?
Could I pick a Cutlass?
Too big.
I have to choose a small ship.
I don't know if it's too big because the Polaris should be able to fit a Cutlass.
Should it be able to fit a Cutlass? Okay,
what was the question?
Because it's supposed to fit a what is that ship?
Could fit Saber.
No. The original thing it was supposed to fit was the.
You talking about a Vanguard or something?
No, the TNGS, the Next Great Starship ship.
Redeemer?
There was like
Redeemer.
4 of them.
It was supposed to fit a Redeemer.
Oh, the one that won.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was supposed to fit a single fighter.
A single Redeemer.
What are you guys talking about?
So if you had a Polaris,
yeah,
and you get a free single-seater ship. What single-seater? Well,
if I had to pick
pairs best with it.
If I had to pick a single-seater,
which one
I would
is
pick a
best, or
Buccaneer.
which do I think they'll choose?
What do you want? What would you do? What do you think?
A Hornet or a Gladius?
A single
it's an
seater
angel ship, right? Hornet.
Yeah, single seater.
You can have anyone you want, mate. You can have anyone you want.
Buccaneer.
I still want a fucking Hornet though.
yeah.
Hornet.
I take a Buccaneer.
I like the idea of a Cutlass if a Cutlass would fit.
Yeah. Just because it's so versatile.
Yeah.
Hey guys, how do you feel about colored contact lenses?
I want purple eyes.
I used to have colored contact lenses back in the day.
Wow. I'm not going to say what I wanted to say because it'd be rude.
No, say it.
No.
Some of those eyes look weird.
I'm not drunk
enough. Yeah, some
yet.
of them are weird. Like, nobody has... Purple eyes aren't a real thing, right? I don't think.
No. Fake contact lenses are the weirdest thing
They're
ever.
weird. There's some that look
never look
real.
You
There's
always
some
look
that do.
stupid.
The
only
darker
time you
ones?
should wear colored contact lenses if you're pretending to be a fucking vampire or something on Halloween. Like,
okay, so I think that different eye colors are fine, even if they're contact lensed ones. But I don't think you should have them at character customization. I think with character customization, you should be locked to features of your character that you're effectively born with or whatever that aren't aesthetic extras. So you shouldn't be able to put an extra hat on your character.
So how about this? Do you think they should have robot eyes or a bionic eye?
Maybe because it's 1,000 years in the future.
Right?
I don't think humans will fucking genetically mutate to have purple fucking eyes, and I want my I don't want my immersion broken.
And to be fair,
I do not want purple eyes in my character customizer.
To be fair, the really like light blue eyes, my nephew has eyes like that. So people do have eyes like that. All the other ones are whatever, but the like.
Believe it or not, if I wear the right color shirt, my eyes look gray, but the purple is the only one that's just like.
That's the only one that doesn't really make sense. Yeah. It's like having someone. You might as well put like red and blue, and
if you're gonna put purple, just fucking.
I guess
everything.
Blue is like an actual color.
Can I have pink eyes, please, with my Star Kitten?
Can I have a Star
Kitten
Kitten eyes? Can they just be the Star Kitten heads in my eyeballs?
I just want Twerk's like.
Jeremiah Lee, are you taking notes? Take some notes. I want irises shaped in the shape of a star.
Navaya says something kind of interesting. It is 1,000 years in the future.
Yeah.
They're not contacts. We've had the first
genetic
iris
engineering.
We've had the first whatever. The iris is the middle of your eye, but what's around your eye? That's not the iris.
No, you're thinking of the pupil. That's the iris is around.
Okay,
your eye.
the iris is around your eye.
Yeah.
So they just did the first iris transplant recently.
Yeah, they can dye them as
yeah.
well.
So purple eyes might actually be a possibility in the future.
Yeah, I think they.
So look at Twerk contradicting himself within not even 5 minutes.
No, somebody said it in the chat, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, you're probably right," but I don't like. I still don't like it. I don't have to like it.
Doesn't mean I gotta
might
like
be right.
it.
Start with sunglasses on his face, things like that. It's certain things I don't like. The idea is to start him with. Like, great.
You think product glasses will be in the future?
No. No, dude. Maybe. Look at the female walk. People not even paying attention to the armor. Then we had the outlaw armor, which is awesome, and then the shipjacker for Squadron 42. Right? Obviously, we had some other things in between. That was cool. The OMC armor. I forget what this was.
So you missed the most important thing about the female armor.
No, it'll come back. It'll come back.
It's not visual at all.
It was their walk.
Nothing visual about it.
Nothing visual.
That was really hard.
The most important thing they said was the fully rigged female model.
So we're thinking we're getting that fully for 3.0, are we?
It sounds like it. When he said fully rigged, what did they keep saying was holding it up the whole time?
Rigs, mate. Animations. Feminizing those animations. Rigged.
Jeremiah reminded me, probably because Jeremiah's the one who made it. That's the miner right there.
Yeah. Hey, Jeremiah, tell us about the outlaw outfit. No, the shipjacker is interesting.
Okay,
like
if
there's anything he can add to it, that would be cool. Also, the heavy outlaw he concepted, and we had talked about it a lot before. We thought it was a helmet that you couldn't see out of. Like, we thought it was a helmet you couldn't see out of. In this, you can see his eyes.
It looks like you can see his eyes. So, but they're really far apart.
You can see his eyes.
Oh, this is coming up.
Maybe he's got one of those faces, man.
Oh, yeah, you can see.
Nice, we can see. Saurus watches PewDiePie, guys.
Yeah, I do.
Saurus watches PewDiePie. What a nerd. What a 13-year-old.
What a 12-year-old.
I thought only 13-year-olds watch PewDiePie.
Oh.
Wait, what? Where's his eyes? Okay, so I have a question for Jeremiah Lee while he's in here. Are we going to get... Is there like some sort of camera on the outlaw? This is something that hasn't really been talked about. And we see a display inside that's maybe really susceptible to EMP grenades or something. Or are these little things here glass that you can actually see through? The camera is on his head. Okay, so it is a camera and it is going to be a screen. He
thinks rendered to texture. That'd be insane.
Where is the camera?
It's to the left side.
Oh, right here.
See the light, the two lights on the left side? Yeah.
All the helmets have those lights. So, or a lot of them do.
I still think that those are, you could see his eyes.
Let
the video go a little longer.
It's over. It's over. We'll come back to it. This was cool. The beak to block the sun.
Jaylee was just like, sure, Twerk, you're dumb. Shut up.
Yeah. You believe what you want to believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, the female armor looks amazing. Looks good. Yellow armor, I'm really excited to use.
Just the female in general.
Yeah.
Hale's female.
It very much does.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It was worth the wait. It was worth the wait. Somebody asked in chat, is the OMC an outlaw faction?
Yes. Yes, it is. It's an outlaw faction we haven't seen yet. And then, okay, so I have a lot of questions about this, which is, oh no. Okay, hang on.
Oh no.
What's with the horns? Is that what you're going with?
Well, number one, did you purposely make the concept art to make it look like the meme?
Like the...
Yeah. Number one. That's a very important question. I need to know if you tried to meme this on purpose.
What's he pointing at?
His temple.
Hey guys, do you guys see my horns? Hey, just in case you didn't know, I have horns.
To be fair, the first time I saw this, I didn't see the horns.
Really? That was the first thing I saw. I was like, holy shit, he's got fucking horns. That helmet looks like he looks scary.
Yeah.
If I saw that guy coming at me, I'd be scared as hell.
The shipjackers are a little insane in lore. Okay, and then I know that these are guys from Squadron 42, but are we going... Do you know if this is something that we're going to be able to wear as player characters? Or is this something that's unique? And that's fine if it is to NPCs.
Sora's asking when questions. He just did it.
No, that's not a when question. I didn't ask a when question.
Possibly, yes. There you go.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, the only thing that I would be worried about is any sort of collision with how wide that head is.
I'm gonna duck down and run into you with my horns.
They're probably like super scavengers and just like kind of make their own gear on their ships or something.
Well, that's very much what it looks like. It looks like they're what their name is, shipjackers. You know, they go onto a ship and be like, I'm the captain
see
now.
Horns on the finished model in game because of that very reason that you put there.
The collision issues.
Collisions, yeah. Hitting a corner while they're trying to
ting, ting. There's like just like exposed pipes in the way. You just like, why is my head turning to the right? Oh, right. Ting, ting,
yeah.
ting, 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 ting. Moving around. But I really like the concept. I like the general direction of that.
What about lighting there, guys? See some lighting.
There's a lot of lighting. They did all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna start with the best part of the whole thing, which made me go and watch
Alien and Aliens.
Alien and Aliens, yeah. Let me see.
You know, I watched Alien and Aliens for the first time this year.
Oh my god!
Maybe not 2017. I think it was in late 2016.
What did you think?
Loved them. They're great.
Yeah,
yeah, they're great. Loved them. I can't believe I never watched them. I was a really big pussy. I was always scared of like jump scares. Any movie that had any jump scares, I would never watch them. I hate jump scares. Somebody just posted a clip in the chat of me getting jump scared. Fucking hate that shit. So I would never watch Aliens. I never watched any scary movies.
The only thing that doesn't hold up with Aliens anymore and is kind of like hilarious is the chest burster after it comes out of the chest and runs across the screen.
Yeah.
That's the fucking most funny shit ever. Everything else is amazing and on point. Also, Ripley's hair, for whatever reason, tilts me. I don't know. It was like a style back then. Everybody else's hair looks normal. Ripley's hair just really bothers me. But
I just love the.
It was so good.
The influences that Alien has had for horror movies in general, not just sci-fi, but the Geiger and the influence of Alien and Aliens in the sci-fi genre and games and everything like that. I mean, I'm sure a significant portion of CIG's employees are so influenced when they're creating stuff like this. I mean, look at this bloody video.
Yeah, it's like it's so good.
Soros, my mom got that haircut when I remember this specifically, like going to my grandmother's house and my mom coming up to me with that fucking perm, and I just started crying. I just started crying. Like, I remember it like it was yesterday too. It was hilarious.
You just watched Aliens or like Alien 3 or something?
You know, I don't know if I've ever seen Alien 3. So I watched Alien, Aliens, and Prometheus. Those are the Alien movies that I've seen.
I've seen half of Prometheus, and I saw the first two Aliens way back in the early 90s. But it didn't have really an impact on me. I think I was just too young. And I watched it again. Alien, the first one. If I had to choose in between the first two, a lot of people picked the second one because of the Marines and everything. But the second one felt really sort of cheesy to me. So the first one was I really, really enjoyed.
First one was great.
Yeah.
The first one, though, was just a really well done horror film in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second one was like a proper space adventure, action, thriller, horror thing.
Newt. And then the Marines.
So drunk.
Yeah, then the Marines are like just too cheesy for me.
And have you seen the new Aliens movie?
I haven't seen the new one. No.
Me neither.
Covenant?
I will watch it at some point.
How many comments did you guys get about? I assume you watched at least Twerk watched the ATV on your channel. How many people commented about his shirt with the Stormtrooper on the BMX?
Nobody.
Really?
No,
Nobody.
Everybody
just resident sleepers.
That shirt,
the
I
whole
want
time.
it.
I thought people would have commented more on his Nostromo hat, but
Yeah, he always wears Nostromo stuff though, so that's like nothing new. He always wears something from Alien, so that's normal. The T-shirt was not normal.
Yeah. Number one, the sunrises and what I assume would be sunsets are on point. The lighting is so good for that. And then number two was the amount of work that went into their fog. And like how the fog works with the lighting and everything.
When we saw that sun moving in the sky on that planet they showed, do you think that was a test? Or do you think that was a planet that was rotating and orbiting, showing the sun?
Test.
Yeah.
Test.
Okay.
I know test. I know that the moons are supposed to be orbiting and rotating, right? When they come in.
Yeah, they're supposed to be. But it's whether or not they
are they going to work in 3.0 like that?
They want them to. It's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
The coolest thing about the lighting episode is they showed the spaces that we play in now unlighted and then lighted. It's like, holy shit, how important is this? Incredibly important.
And how they are like, oh yeah, we had this lighting for the planets. We scrapped that and made new lighting. So I don't, also he mentioned that it was like one sun for the entire galaxy. I don't know if that was
a mistake.
A mistake. I think he meant for a system.
100% mistake.
Now, do you think that that's still going to be the case when you have a lot of binary systems? We know there's going to be binary systems in the game.
Yeah, there's at least one that I remember from the star map.
So, do you think that is going to be
one of the last systems they work on? Yes,
probably. The last type of systems?
Yeah, probably. I think that might be sort of complicated, or it's just two light sources. I don't know.
Yeah. And what we're seeing now where they do all like the color grading and stuff, I thought that was the environment artists. I didn't think that was the lighting guys that did that.
Yeah. Pretty epic.
It was epic. It was cool.
Very good. Let me see if I can fast forward to some...
It could be the environment guys, but it could be also in the lighting section. Also, how about where they showed the statuses a little bit, where it's just like, let's raise the motion blur as high as possible and make it
how high can the motion blur go?
How high can we put our motion blur?
And then, so this is the thing they showed that they didn't show with the new system, where they took that clear orb and they pulled it out, and it was like, oh, it either clicks in or it clicks out. They did, and I was hoping they would show that with a new fog system to see, oh, it transitions out and it transitions in. Right, but they never did show that, which I'm assuming.
This part of the episode, I don't know. I appreciate how cool everything looked, but didn't understand it that much.
How it works.
Nah,
I didn't understand like the ray casting part, but I do appreciate how good it looked, and then especially when they went down into first person to show what it looked like when you walked around. in the fog itself. Like it looked like you were standing in proper fog.
Yeah.
Which is really awesome. Yeah, we can move forward. There really isn't a lot to talk about it other than like, oh, this looks really cool.
Yes. So that section of ATV was very similar to most of ATV last week, where it was like, oh, well, we can look at it and say, wow, that looks cool, but there's not much of a discussion portion of it for the podcast. This, on the other hand, we can discuss a little bit.
This is CIG modeling at its finest.
So
what would you call that?
Not only can you change the color of your irises, but you can also change the shape of your penis.
You can put a butt. You can put a dog in your butt.
It's right up there. And
put up your butt.
You can have a spider for your cock, or you can have a dog's head.
Doesn't matter.
Or just like badly shaped polygons. I mean, it's whatever you really fancy.
Yeah. This is
just have a caterpillar there.
Look at Lando on the right.
You know what the thing? He knew it was coming.
Yeah, he had his head in his hands for like a minute and a half.
They knew this was happening. They had planned this 100%.
Yeah.
It's fan service, isn't it? They know what the fans want.
Yeah.
Hey, they can meme
too. They want a dog penis.
All right. CIG can meme too. That's all. That's all.
No, they can meme all day, as long as it's not like.
They can meme.
Forced meme.
No.
This wasn't.
They just proved, hey, we could fucking meme with the best of them, and they did.
They did. Look at this guy's got 3 tails coming right out of his butthole.
Yep.
Take a look at that. This podcast isn't on my channel this week. Twerk, rip your channel.
Whatever, dude.
Whatever, bro.
Yeah,
fucking whatever.
This is the sexiest thing that's ever happened on Twerk's channel. Pretty sexy.
No, it's definitely not. Actually, there's been way sexier things that happened back in the day.
Way sexier things. I'm gonna need to take a minute. I will be right back.
Do you have to pee too?
Yeah. And then
when you come back, I'm going to the bathroom.
Yeah, when I come back,
I've been waiting this whole time.
Okay,
Bored.
Bored's
after the channel. Yeah, I'm good. So, guys, once again, what do these guys not talk about that's really important?
Yo, let's talk about our PUBG games, Bored.
Oh my god.
So we were playing PUBG before the podcast. Here, we'll tell you a funny story. How about that? It's related to the podcast at least. So, the funny story is we're playing PUBG and we're sitting in the green room channel of the Redacted Discord. If you're not familiar with the Redacted Discord, we have a Discord and we chat in there. Bored has a sub channel, Source has a sub channel, I have a sub channel, and there's also other channels that you guys can hang out in. But there's a green room channel if you're like playing with one of us, where we can pull you down into our live channel when we're playing on stream, so nobody can like jump in, right? So we're all playing PUBG in the green room channel, so anyone can jump in. Source jumps in and is like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And we're playing PUBG. He realizes we're playing PUBG because of the things that we're saying, and then he's like, "Hey, is the podcast doc done?" And me and Bored instantly both fucking get him, and we're like, "Nope, no, like we'll do it whenever. Like we don't give a shit." Basically, is how it was like the attitude that we gave. Like, fuck you, we're playing PUBG, leave us alone. And we're playing, and he's like, oh shit. So he just like leaves the channel, and he's like, fuck, man, I gotta do this doc real quick.
But we didn't realize he had left immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
Immediately afterwards, we went, no, it's done.
He left to go do it, and then like half a second after he left, we were like, no, just kidding, dude. We did it like half an hour ago. And
know he's gone.
Yeah, and had no idea he was gone because Source lives on the West Coast, so he wakes up about an hour before the podcast, but the doc is usually done before he wakes up by myself and usually with some help from Bored. So he was like, hey, is the podcast doc done? And we were like, nah, dude, sorry, we're playing PUBG. And he was like, oh, motherfucker. So he thought we were like, fuck this, we're just going to play PUBG. Fuck you, fuck the podcast, we don't care. And we just messed with them. But we didn't. It was done. Man. Yeah. So that's my story. Do you have a cool story?
I don't have any stories to work.
Nobody cool story about me though, so it must have been a really good story.
Not true. Or
I hear Saurus. All right, I gotta pee.
100%. Why didn't you just go at the same time?
I don't know. I would have taken over the channel though. It would have been mine.
I could have just full screened you.
Oh my god, that'd been so good. People would be able to see my beautiful
coulda, shoulda, woulda.
head.
Didn't.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Guys, do me a favor. In the YouTube comments, can you guys rate this podcast out of 10?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Just
Saurus, you're inviting hell.
I know.
You're inviting hell.
I know. Good luck. 0 if this is the worst thing you've ever seen, or if you just hate one of us, just like hate it like with all of your heart. If it's like okay and like you'll catch it every now and then, that's like a 5. And if this is the best thing ever, and you have like some sort of like body pillow of myself, Twerk, or Bored, that's a 10.
Or all 3.
Or all 3. Yeah.
Yep.
We need to make a set now.
Redacted body pillows. That's a fucking great idea.
Right? With there's one of our stupid emote heads. One has your egg. Mine's like, I don't know, something.
And CIG, if you want an idea for a concept sale, body pillows, come on. You'll make millions. That's just from Jay Lee's body pillow.
Yeah. Amazing. So, this is the thing. This is what we're doing. Hanging out. Like cool people on the internet.
It's a shame you don't play PUBG anymore, Saurus. I like PUBG.
Is it though? Is it?
Well, I like it. I don't get stressed.
I really enjoy going outside. I don't get like the thing with
got me there.
With going outside is I don't get stressed at all. I love doing it. It's because I haven't done it in so long.
Polar opposite for me. Going outside is terrifying to me. Quite bad phobia. PUBG is indeed life. But what else have we got next? What are we talking about? What's going on? Talk about here in a second.
Cats. I was looking at getting a Savannah or a Sphinx, which is one of those hairless cats. And then I decided...
No, the hairless ones, no.
Well, they can't go outside, so I decided against it.
Yeah, and they...
A hairless cat, you're a monster.
You have to, too much, you have to take care of them.
And that's fine.
I'm
at home all the time. But I found a puppy that I'm going to go look at, I think, next week.
Dude,
from
have a GoPro, right?
Adoption. Yeah.
Strap the GoPro on the puppy.
Yeah.
And have a camera while you're streaming. It's amazing.
Yeah. That's what I would do.
I wish I could do that with Lola, but she would freak.
Because she's not used to having like a vest or something on, right?
Yeah, she never has anything.
Yeah. No collar?
No.
See,
look.
What if she escapes?
If she escapes,
let's be honest, she would run back so
She would run back in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I require a cat in my life to kind of be sane. It helps stabilize me.
Greatly.
Yeah, it's great for depression. They're great for anxiety. Give them a lot of love. Great. But they are.
When you pet a cat or like any animal, if they like cuddle with you or anything like that, it lowers your blood pressure and it lowers their blood pressure.
Yeah.
So
now somebody says you wouldn't let a Savannah outside either. You can walk a Savannah like you can walk a dog.
I've seen it before.
That's why I wanted to get one. And I wanted to get an F1, but which is like more towards like the wild side where they're very much like a dog and they're about the size of a medium dog. The problem is they start at $10,000 US, and I'm not spending that on a pet.
For me, it's the constant expense with an animal. They're a big responsibility financially.
Honestly, like overall, it averages out to be about like $1,000 a year. Which isn't too bad. It isn't.
The amount of time you have to spend with the Savannah type cat though is much higher than your average cat. You need to play with it. You need to wear it out. All that kind of stuff. Yeah. So it's 100%. Not your normal super.
No,
easy
I definitely.
Cat. It approaches above dog level.
Even with a dog, I want something that's super active. But anyways, back to the podcast. We are.
I think it's question time.
Pretty much done. Info time. It is time for questions. We actually have about 25 minutes left, half an hour. So if you have any questions, exclamation question in chat. And let's start with the first one here from the Pie in the Face. Do you think tractor beams could be used not to stop moving ships, but to stop already disabled ships? So you could disable a ship's engine and then hold it there, stable for boarding. But if they got engines back up, it could get away.
I think that might be one of the uses for them. Sure.
Yeah, I think
they're supposed to be non-combat though. I know the tractor beams aren't supposed to be used in combat.
Yeah, I think the main thing is for moving cargo through space, but I think or asteroids or whatever, anything that's non-moving. So I think that this is sort of in their plan, or this is what I imagine was in their plan the whole time for other ships. Is they need to be disabled completely, and then you can sort of move them around if depending on how strong the tractor beam is compared to how big the ship is and all that other jazz. Killer Priest 36 says, what do you think? How will they handle animation for small objects when picked up or moved? If they go really high fidelity, it seems almost impossible to fill it with details.
Why? They will be high fidelity.
I think I think they will. Like I talked about earlier, like pushing buttons and stuff. Right away we won't get it, but there's no reason they can't add those animations in later. And I think they even talked about having some sort of procedural animation when fidelity? for example, for pushing a button, right? That animation is very similar.
Guys, you need to drink. You said fidelity.
That's true. We got to drink.
Also, I wasn't listening to the question at all because Matt Sherman, for a good reason, Matt Sherman in chat mentioned about the question previously. He said the stabilization is very much a part of the intent for the two front beams for the Cutlass rework. Basically gave an example: disable a ship, stop its motion, then board.
Oh,
what about board?
Okay, yeah, cool.
There you go. So I apologize for not listening to your question, but it was for a good reason.
Ask the question. What do you think? How will they handle animation for small objects when picked up or move? If they go for really high fidelity, it seems almost impossible to fill it with details. I think small objects will generally have a same move set or animation set.
I think we'll see it grow and get better over time. I guess this is a kind of a cop-out fucking answer, but we've seen in the interaction videos from last week, say ATV, where they like popped into your hand and like your hands were like really far apart and the item was like sitting in the middle, right? So it's gonna grow from there and become gradually better over time.
A limited amount of involved small objects.
Yeah.
So there's got to be lots that they can, as a blanket, do. Like these are all the same or similar, or these all react exactly the same. No more mechanics for or anything. But there's only going to be like a few pocket watches or little bombs or something, aren't they, that you could interact with and play around with. So,
yes, you just make that animation. It looks good and it's done, right?
Do it separately as well. Like
yeah.
I don't think it's impossible.
I don't think it's impossible either. Next question is from Jack Astry. What do you think about a need for relatively small space tow truck with armor? A large power plant with a large tractor beam to tow small disabled ships to a safe place. Crucible or truck stop for repair.
Well,
Who would offer a new profession in jumping in and out of battle areas to help disabled ship owners get themselves out of harm's way along with their disabled ship. So basically like a tugboat spaceship.
I don't think there'll ever be a tugboat.
Well, you're totally wrong, Twick.
Okay.
Because on Batgirl's Wednesday,
I didn't watch it this week.
And they talk about ammo ships being a thing, so supplying ammo ships, and they want to put tugboats and tow ships in them. That is the plan. Probably not with. I didn't think that they didn't describe whether that would be with tractor beams or anything,
or how they're going to do that. But
yeah,
or exactly.
See, I would have assumed we would see smaller repair ships before. This is where I was going to go with this because I didn't watch Batgirl's thing this week. I actually didn't know she had been on. I just missed it. Too much PUBG, I guess. So the thing that I was thinking was that they would have done like a smaller repair ship, and you get your ship up and running and you get yourself out of there was what I was thinking. Or somebody comes and repairs your ship and gets you up. Instead of a tugboat that pulls you to a place that you can get it repaired. If somebody repairs you or you repair yourself, whatever,
To be honest, that's a very sensible way of doing it as well. Having a repair ship, or having a ship that effectively acts as an engine. Something as simple as that.
Yeah, but Matt, like, this is a perfect time to have this discussion. I saw this on Twitter. Astropub kind of took a screenshot of a conversation that Matt was having on Spectrum, and Matt is Matt Sherman, about docking with ships, and that it most likely won't be until after release, like, or something like that. I didn't understand the conversation that much, so maybe Matt can clear it up a little bit.
Specifically, they were talking about docking collars originally in that conversation, where the original idea was to have docking collars, especially with like the cutlasses, where you could force dock onto other ships and you could use these docking collars. Now they're still going to be shipped. There's still going to be ship to station docking, and there's still going to be ship in ship docking, and they might
ship inside ship docking, to make that very clear. Yes.
And they might, after release, re-evaluate whether they can do docking collars as well.
Yeah, because I think the real question was, like, could you dock to another ship and then fly away with both ships?
No, you're not going to be training ships together.
And it sounds like it's not something that's on the plate based on that conversation on Spectrum.
But I would expect towboats to be pretty much that, though. That's something that probably comes a lot later. Because your idea of having a smaller repair ship just seems a lot more sensible now.
Yeah.
Smaller repair ship, just specifically there to get engines working.
Yeah, get things going, and then you get yourself out of there. So here's Matt clearing up what we were talking about. Yeah, what I talked about, aside from the normal things taken out of context, yes, so which is why I brought it up since you're here, is more still had spun out from a prior unlisted question regarding why the Cutlass had a docking collar removed from the planning. So people asked why it was removed, and it's because it's not. Okay, so I'm going to put words in your mouth some more. I assume it's because it's not something that's on the plate at the moment. I don't know if that's fair or not.
I think there was just... Last time he was here, it was like there was a lot of issues happening. But they can do ship locking where they're both not moving. But as soon as you get movement into the equation,
things get crazy.
It gets really fucky.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said, we're more calling ship locking, which would be smaller to landed, stowed to a larger ship. So ship locking is a Merlin inside of a
great example would be the Caterpillar with the
Dragonfly.
Well, not even with the Dragonfly, the Caterpillar with the detachable cockpit.
It's command module.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, because that's what they want to be able to do.
Yeah, well, they'll have to be able to do that because it's a ship they sold. It better work, right?
Sea Dizzle says to Twerk 17.
Oh God, here we go. These are the drunk QA questions coming, aren't they?
Did you know there's some streamer going around trying to steal your name as Twerk17? How does the rest of Redacted feel about this? Can the panel handle a tale of two twerks?
He's probably a better streamer than I am. Yeah, I've really been a bad streamer lately, and I apologize.
It's the added underscore. You know it's pro. Because
yeah.
You know what would make it better? If somebody had the XXX with the middle X being like a capital and the other ones being lowercase on either side of Twerk17. That would be good.
XXX,
and
twerk
you could even do like
XXX.
an XXX Twerk17 gaming, but with like alternating caps and uncaps all the way through it. That,
or Twerk17 with the E as a 3.
Yeah. Oh, you can go through, change the T to a 7. Change a 7 to a T, like just all of this stuff. Look, Twerk is orgasming right now.
He's just
over the idea. He's like, look at all these people who want to be me.
Yeah,
like what C Dizzle just put in there.
Sorry guys, you just want to be me. There's no 420 in that.
No, the thing is everybody will become Twerk, so then Twerk will have to become Trixie. And then that leads us to this question from BoredGamerUK to Twerk17. Will you be my girl in Star Citizen? I mean, I don't know why you didn't just ask here. You could have just asked here.
It was like I didn't write that question at all. That's weird.
Girl, I'll be your girl anywhere you want me to be.
No, either of you are going to be playing female models in...
No, I'll be playing something that similar looks to me. like me.
I'm gonna play. So here was the next.
Great Starship.
No, the next like when Trixie will come back is either when Squadron 42 releases. I'll do a normal playthrough and then a Trixie playthrough as a female, and then a or if we hit 500 subs. So, or now it's, I guess, 500 sub points or whatever it's called.
There we go.
See, I am really agnostic gender-wise in games. It's literally who has the best armor sets. Okay.
I mean, how could you assume a gender just based on appearance, anyways?
We can see there's female armor and male armor.
Well, how could you? What gender isn't binary? Who do you think you are?
Oh, that's a good point.
Luke Presley just popped in chat and said he'll get his head scan so you can be Luke in the game, and you guys are close enough.
I identify as my suit of armor, pretty much literally in my games.
Luke Presley identifies as BoredGamer in many situations.
It is true.
Oh wow, good job. You're a boardkin.
He's identified as BoredGamer multiple times.
Boardkin.
I identify as a Drakekin.
Oh shit, you actually are.
I am a whole manufacturer.
My Conan character.
And don't try and bound me in a box.
My Conan character resembled myself more than any other game that's ever been created.
Is that because you had your dong out just all the time, flopping around in the wind?
It never flopped.
It was the tiniest stick in the world, wasn't it?
It's like a little nubbin.
Those were the days.
Like a little
pencil. Those were the days.
Like a little pencil eraser.
We called that fucking dragon's work. We killed that dragon. We glitched the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Admittedly.
I miss those days.
Next question is from our Call of Duty expert, Sunday of Doom. If you're here, by the way, for Call of Duty Black Ops to get that free, Sunday of Doom has all the codes you need and all the INI files that you need to transfer over into that Call of Duty stuff. So make sure to DM him either on Twitch, or you can join our Discord by typing !Discord, going in there, click on his name, and ask him, how do I get access to the Redacted Call of Duty?
And his question only will answer you if you're using a twerk alias.
Also, remember that his question is because of the legal ramifications with giving away Call of Duty for free. He has to make all of his questions seem like they are 4-star season, but just read in between the lines here. So, back during the Cutlass Gate shenanigans, CIG's marketing was called out for packing the airlock, cutting, docking collar, and tractor beam with non-digital Pirate Pack versions of the Cutlass. Ben mentioned they get an extra pair of each to sell. Do you think the docking collar will still be able to be sold in-game now that the docking is possibly a post-launch mechanic?
Possibly not. What if the docking collar is something that's not on any ship going forward?
Then
right?
Nobody's going to buy it.
What if it's taken off the Constellation? What if it's taken off a bunch of ships because it's just something that didn't work out? Like that. There's some things that you just have to say, oh, okay, CIG, it was a learning experience, new company, whole new project, something that's never been done before, a lot of these things. So selling a ship with a docking collar or something that they thought they were going to be able to do, and maybe it didn't really work out to function properly.
They got rid of docking collars, but they put in procedural planets. I think we did good there. Yeah?
Sure.
Okay.
Like, I don't really want to see docking collars, to be honest. I think the mechanic's too crazy and complex. I wouldn't mind not seeing it.
I think it's cool.
Seems not necessary.
It's very Star Trek. I've been watching tons of Star Trek. I started Voyager today.
I never got into Star Trek. It was like when I was younger, I tried to get into it, and it just seemed too. What is the word I'm looking for?
What are you doing right now?
It's just too sci-fi.
We're watching him play that fucking Amoeba game. Oh my fucking god.
Oh, dude. The Hacker 4chan is after me right now. Here, let me feed your power. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, because if the mechanic's not in game, then it's not something they can even put in as whatever. Maybe they'll give us models instead, or posters instead, or something to fill that void.
Or nothing. I mean, it's just sometimes it's kind of what you signed up for, right? Is the development of a game, and it's sometimes something they thought was possible might not have been possible. They're trying to break a lot of barriers, right? So you know, try moving 2 fucking physics grids, you know, at the same time, and all. It just, I don't know. It seems kind of complicated, right?
Next question from Citizen Shenanigans. For persistence, when your magazines or scope, etc. randomly detaches from your person, will it persist to the place you lost it, or will you be out of ammo until you go up to pick it again?
We don't know yet.
Yeah. I imagine it'll persist for a
know.
certain extent, depending on how many people are in the area.
And hopefully, if you're talking about when they randomly detach from you, that issue...
Yeah, that's not an issue when the game comes out. Let's hope.
XXX Twerk17 XXX just followed me.
Oh, shit. Sounds pro, man. Maybe he can give you some tips.
I bet he's good at PUBG.
I bet she's just good at streaming.
Yeah, because this Twerk17 is not
really good.
How drunk is this stream? How drunk are you two on a scale of 1 to...
I'm starting to get there.
Yeah, Bored?
As I said earlier,
Bored is not Raptor making Raptor noises, so we know he's not drunk yet.
I realized that was a mistake last time, okay?
Well, to be fair, I think Bored has been the most drunk that any of us will ever be.
Any of us will ever be in our
combined
lives.
On the podcast. But we're getting there, you know? Diary asks, when insurance goes live and your ship is destroyed, the replacement will only have the basic loadout. So you lose all the upgrades you paid for, or will they still be available via your Mobiglass?
When the game goes live, you'll lose them all. We might be able to insure the whole ship. Maybe.
But what if it's equipment that you bought with?
You lose it?
With money.
Money.
Oh, then that will likely stay.
So if they've got lifetime insurance,
it's bought with money through buying money with UEC. And then the UEC purchasing it. Because that's how you buy it.
Got lifetime insurance.
I don't think so either. I think you'd lose it. Which is why I stopped buying weapons.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be the same, but different.
But I do think that you may be able to insure your hull and its loadout for more money, maybe. Or I suspect they will consider that as an option.
Somebody just asked, do you have to get drunk to cope with talking about Star Citizen? No, but sometimes it's fun.
It does. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't hurt.
Wait, Twerk17 just followed me. They must put an L as the 1.
That's
guys, keep doing
That's
what
fucking
you're doing.
lead as fuck. You better type in the chat, buddy.
Next question's from NVIDIA 101 to me. Do I have a weird sunburn? I mean, it's not really
called a
weird.
Farmer's tan without being a farmer. Can we see your shoulders, sir?
There you go, right there. Or we can... The neck is much more impressive. There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
If you just got some like blue, if you had a blue tattoo, you'd be repping America.
Wow.
America.
That's really bad.
Guys, can I get some Feels Tomato Man in chat? It's never been more appropriate.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I have this as well. It actually doesn't hurt. I went and bought a bunch of aloe vera. It smells like guava and coconuts or something. I smell like a girl. But I put it on so thick last night, and in an hour it was like all dried up on my arm because my body, like the skin, was just absorbing all the moisture. And then I also got some good spray sunblock so I don't die.
The best is a real aloe vera plant, cutting it and just rubbing it.
And just rubbing it.
I have a couple of them growing right there. And just anytime I get sunburned,
it got really hot without any warning. Like it went from like 12, 13 degrees to 31 degrees, and then I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's pretty warm.
Like a million? I don't know.
Like a lot. Yeah, so I don't have avocados to put on me. Citizen Shenanigans says, can 2 dragonflies fit in a Cutlass Black on the 2 landing areas? I thought only 1 could fit in the back.
We don't know, and those 2 landing areas, I think they were pointing out in the video that you saw. They were talking about how
cargo. Yeah,
that the way that they're doing ship docking is similar to the way they're doing cargo, but maybe.
T-Pal says it's not the temperature that burns you. I'm aware. It's the sun, that fiery ball of death in the sky that I hide from in my basement. I'm very aware it's not the temperature. I'm just saying I wasn't expecting it to be so warm out. That's all. This is an MLG Twerk 17 in chat. With he's got all the right moves.
He's got the E as 3, which makes him more real than
he's got underscores and triple X's on both sides.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I'm jealous of that name, actually. And if I don't know if Matt Sherman's still here, if he wants to confirm that it can only from what I understand, it's only 1 cup or 1 dragonfly.
We'll confirm that. Yeah.
Well,
1 dragonfly?
They actually talked about that on Spectrum really recently. I just can't find the clip where they've talked about it. I can't remember if they said you'll be able to get 2 in and get it from the back, or you'll be able to put 1 in, but the other place is for cargo. I can't remember what they said, unfortunately. If I find it,
what were we saying earlier? We have to be ready to accept.
Just be ready for entry. Okay.
Ready for
ATV MS Paint Art. This is what Matt Sherman says. The ATV MS Paint Art you saw for the Cutlass, potentially, we may allow it to carry 2 dragonflies based purely on volume. It will at least carry 1, but not locking in 2 for certain.
That's basically probably what I read as well.
Okay.
So
I thought it was confirmed as 1, so I'm happy to be wrong about that. And hey, Twerk,
what's up?
Is that what we're doing? Is this our game we're doing?
That's the game I'm playing right now.
Right. With 2 dragonflies in the Cutlass Black, can you still get inside from the back, or will they block you? Well, going by Matt Sherman's answer, we don't know yet. So yes,
I would suspect though you'd be able to move around even if it can fit 2, a little bit, because you need to be able to get on one of them, wouldn't you? You wouldn't want them to go. Now we've got 2 in. Now we can't get them out. Good job.
Citizen Shenanigans again with his 30th question. Do you think there will be tracking devices that can be hidden on a person's ship to track their movement? Also, a sweeper will detect such devices, aka countermeasure. I can find your secret hiding place by tracking you.
If they do it, then there'll be a sweeper. Okay, if the answer is yes, that there'll be those things,
there'll be a countermeasure
for sure, because they're very good about saying there'll always be like balance between the things, but will they do it? I don't know.
I like the idea of that for bounty hunting, for a lot of the different things where you do want to track people. That sounds cool and kind of a mechanic that I would like. They might have already thought about it. That might already be planned. Other cool mechanics like that they haven't planned, they can put in after release.
Or during release.
During release. On the day of its release, they quickly get those mechanics in.
Release could be stretched out over like a week or something, where they just add like an asset at a time. Citizen Shenanigans says, is the heavy armor bionically assisted? The things on the arms look like Matt Damon in District 9. I assume you're talking about the Outlaw armor.
Yeah.
And this is a question not for all. This is a question for Jeremiah Lee.
Sweet. Jeremiah, what's the
answer?
I only drew them. I don't
know. His answer is 19 and 4.
Yes.
Next question is from Top Gearin. Not Gearin, Top Gearin. What ships do you think 3.0 will come with? Not talking about obvious ones like the Dragonfly.
Well, we know the Constellation Aquila.
I can tell you this. The Aurora is going to be there. The Constellation Andromeda is going to be there. We're gonna have a Gladius in there.
He means the
We're gonna get a Super Hornet. No, I meant the Andromeda.
It's already
I
in
meant
the game.
the Hornet.
Yeah, he's right.
Well, but I'm still right. The
still
Hornet,
right. Okay, yeah.
the Super Hornet. We're gonna have the P-52, the P-72.
What if a ship isn't finished
85X.
with items 2.0? Will it make it in?
Right, we're gonna get.
They'll delete them if the ships aren't ready for 3.0. The ships are gonna get deleted, and you're not gonna get a
no refunds.
It's gone.
In more seriousness, we're getting obviously the Dragonfly, the Constellation Aquila, the Cutlass Black rework, the Urza Rover, the Miss Prospector, and the Aurora rework.
The Constellation.
Constellation.
Constellation Aquila.
Constellation Aquila.
The Constellation Aquila. Reclaimer.
No Reclaimer.
The Constellation.
I think it's more important to remember though that some of these ships are now going to have a load more mechanics. So ships that you wouldn't have used before, like the Reliant, are going to be able to haul cargo. But our ships, and this is actually quite important as well, our ships like the Aurora and the Hornet, which can carry cargo if they have their cargo boxes ready, are those cargo boxes going to be ready for 3.0? So they can hold cargo. Yeah? Do you know?
Yes.
Can you cite that? Do you know they've said that?
I know everything.
Stimulation.
I hate all of you.
Rumquella.
I don't know anything, but I would assume that they might.
I would hope that they would.
I would assume that they might.
The best ship NA. It's not even NA, it's worldwide. It's not even worldwide, it's forever.
CIG is Mr. Worldwide.
Worldwide.
I would. Oh my
Always
god, so many 17s. Fuck.
Forever.
I would want to see the cargo boxes for the Aurora and Hornet in for sure. Like
the Con Stimulation Rimquilla. That's definitely coming in. Well, how's the song go? It's got a theme song that says something about all the girls going around the trailer or something outside.
Is anyone slightly disappointed that nobody asked personal questions while we're drunk? So we
I'm
say something
so
stupid
disappointed
that we're not supposed to. I'm really kind of disappointed by that.
It's too late though, because we're on the last question.
Damn.
What
idiots.
current?
You guys are all idiots.
Fail fish. Bozarex says, what current flyable ship would you want to be reworked? And what ship would you want to stay as?
Mustang.
Can I get the Caterpillar reworked as a javelin sized ship?
Can I get the M50 reworked as no longer a combat ship at all, because it's fucking annoying as shit and it should just be racing?
It should just have a shield for racing and then not like a shield for normal things. Just like the Mustang, before the Razor comes in and is faster and quicker and harder to hit than the M50. And still has the same amount of weapons.
All over it. It's a torpedo bomber now.
No, now instead of 2 guns, it has 3. There's one on the nose too.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, we just got burned as fuck in chat. Somebody said, what makes you think we're interested in your personal stuff? Fuck.
Oh.
I feel so bad right now.
Dude, how
bad do you guys feel?
I feel like pretty bad.
Wow.
Wait, I just subbed to myself.
You just, the sexy twerk sub to yourself.
Wow, not even a thanks for the sub, you're a bad streamer. No, that would mean that I'm a good streamer. Good streamers just play games and don't even thank people for their subs.
They don't even read chat. Why are you even reading chat, you fucking scrub?
What an idiot.
What are you thinking?
Sounds like you've been like learning how to stream from me when you say shit like that. Reading chat.
Listen, we're trying to be a YouTube streamer. Come from YouTube and just be like, oh yeah, listen, I'll be a streamer. How does it work? Wait, what do I do? It's just like uploading a video every other day, right? Oh, whatever. We'll figure it out.
Streamer. Thanks.
We should probably turn the stream off now.
Yeah, we don't need anything else. We got a sub.
Goodbye to everyone.
We want 1 sub a stream. That's what we want. And then
that's the goal. Always.
That's the goal.
Please ask Source how many tattoos does he have, please, and where? Kappa.
If you count my arm as 1, which goes way up over.
Is it 1 all connected?
It's 2 connected, but I'll count it as 1.
So that's 2. That counts as 2.
Then I have another one here on my shoulder.
3.
I have another one here on my back.
4.
Right there. And then I have a humping Spider-Man. Okay.
Don't show that one.
I'll show I'm showing it. I'm gonna show the nipple, and before I expand, Guys, don't report
if you're
this
banned,
channel.
I'll murder you.
You don't get banned.
I'll fucking fly
I'm
to
not
Canada
showing
and murder you.
Will you? Dude, at least you'll finally visit me. Fuck. Brutal.
I don't want to fly. My friends are asking me if I'm going to come home for a charity hockey game that I go to every year, and this is okay. Here's some personal stuff. I am so scared of flying that I am trying to come up with an excuse to not go.
That's typical anxiety, and you should just tell them, I'm feeling really uncomfortable about flying. It's causing me a lot of pressure. They will understand.
Yeah.
No dick pics, please. None. Don't send those. The worst. Don't do it. Like, legitimately don't do it. BoredGamer, what are you up to, and where can people find you?
Well, people can find me at BoredGamerUK on pretty much on the YouTubes, the Twitters, all social medias, the Twitches, all that sort of jazz. I'm having a pretty shit time a bit of late, so I am going to be working on being a bit more sane to see my doctor and stuff. So I might have a couple less videos over the next few days, but I will still have content coming up. They might be shorter videos or something. I need to focus. I desperately need to focus on work to maintain sanity. So
right.
But I worry about my work being shit. So
how overall does the positive vibes from the Star Citizen community help you with your depression issues and all that stuff? I
mean, it's amazing. The support's amazing, and I get a lot of love every day and loads of messages on Twitter and everything. Yeah.
So a time like today or a time like now would be great for people to show some love,
give
right?
Me internet hugs. I gave everyone internet hugs.
Source was taking a break. We told them, "Yo, send some love, Source way." No,
I think it's helpful to everybody, especially during times like this where things are, being slow and everything.
I'm very erratic with it, so it's not logical. It's not something that other people can make me feel better. Now, the next day when I wake up and I read all the messages, that's amazing. That's an amazing feeling. But I'm not normally depressed anymore, so I'm just like.
But let's be it's a good way to start the day. You get a bunch of really nice,
thank you,
comments and stuff like that. It's a great way to start the day. It doesn't matter who you are. And
for example, my channel just tells me how shit I am at everything that I do.
So then they also want to be you. Like, look at all the Twerk 17s in chat.
Yeah,
that's so true. Who wants to be a guy that's terrible at everything he does and friend zones every girl he tries to bang? It's rough.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I'm surprised people actually want to be me.
Do you think you have a friendly penis
on the way?
Is that what it is?
I must have the most friendly penis in America.
Dude, it's like that. It's like that one time when CIG had that dog. It was like a little puppy dog penis. Just super friendly.
What? Oh, the butt stuff dog.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a rough life.
I'm feeling as good as I can from after participating in that stream. But yeah, I do appreciate the support. But it's there's lots of people that need help, and just be aware of things like mental health and beers. They are
and beers. There you are. So a friendly reminder: as soon as 3.0 drops, I'm gonna do a 24-hour stream for the children. In all seriousness, I'm gonna be doing a 24-hour charity stream where everything that we can raise or do whatever is going through to BC Children's Hospitals. Hopefully we can get some other people on the team on board for doing some stuff, even if it's for a small chunk, like 4-6 hours, whatever, and we can sort of figure that out. I don't know exactly when 3.0 is going to be playable and streamable, but as soon as that is, even if that means
11th or August, when's the last day of Gamescom?
Maybe it'll be on my birthday.
When is
7th.
The day of the Gamescom Star Citizen thing?
24?
August 24th at midnight, 2017.
At 11:59.
Yeah.
After they've announced it being ready, like, for 2 weeks.
After they showed some people,
and everything's been leaked. Yeah, so that's what I want to do. Until then, I'm going to be doing a lot of not so much Star Citizen, a lot of IRL stuff. Speaking of which, right after this, I'm going to be going out into public like this. That's gonna be entertaining.
You're going outside. That's
I'm gonna be going outside. You can find me on twitch.tv/WTFOSAURUS and on Twitter at WTFOSAURUS. I'm gonna be live right after this, getting everything all ready
outro in history
to go. And goodbye to everybody. For those of you that aren't sticking around, thank you so much for coming by. Honestly, we love doing the podcast, and you guys being here and showing your support for this has been amazing. From episode number 1 all the way to episode number 100 and what is this, 111?
111. It's a palindrome. That's what they're called, right? Palindromes?
Yeah. If this was 212, it'd be the same thing. But it's not.
We'll get the 212.
It's 111.
The road. We'll do the what every streamer types in their title. The road to whatever silly fucking pointless goal that they're trying to get to. The road to podcast 212.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's a great idea.
That is. We should just do the road to the next podcast. So the next podcast should be called The Road to 112. Made it. Goal achieved. We did it, boys. Listen, no goal is too small or too big. You don't let your dreams be memes. All right, guys. So yeah, we'll be live on there. If you want to come watch a trash stream, feel free. If not, that's cool. We will see you next week. Same bat time, different bat channel, and none of this Star Trek nonsense. Love you guys.
Star Trek is really
thinking about my hands, mate. Fucking.
All right, guys, take care.